In the interest of keeping things civil in the world of Christian television, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone to today's report on a developing subject. A rising number of programming partners are departing the Daystar Television Network, which is among the biggest Christian television networks globally. The Messianic Bible Teaching Ministry has recently severed ties with Love Israel, a group headed by Dr. Baruch Korman. Dr. Korman announced in a video that his ministry will be ending its 10-year collaboration with Daystar due to moral and marital concerns in a video that was uploaded today. He made several valid points that we should consider. Equally important is being very careful while forgiving others. It is not a compromise of God's principles to have a spirit of forgiveness, generosity, and mercy toward others. Our partnership with Daystar Television Network has been a blessing ever since we started working with them about 10 years ago. When I say that, it is precisely what I mean. They have a global reach that extends beyond just the US and Canada, approximately 190 countries worldwide, and they broadcast in English as well as Spanish, so we take advantage of their network for our Spanish program. Indeed, we have reached a considerably larger audience than any of us could have managed alone. This is why we find that intriguing. We are grateful for the communications we have received from people who have said that our Bible teaching program was a turning point in their faith. This led us to believe that our collaboration with Daystar would continue in the years to come. However, Daystar has been going through a rough patch, as many of you are already aware. That being stated, I will simply say this and refrain from making any additional remarks regarding any of these matters. The disciples of Messiah Yeshua, aka Jesus Christ, are required to joyfully embrace the norms that God has set. Both the biblical definition of marriage and sound financial management are based on standards set out by God in His Word. Additionally, we have decided to end our affiliation with Daystar Television Network as soon as possible due to our commitment to the Bible. That is to say, starting in the next weeks, our show will not be available on the Daystar Television Network. We do this now because we are deeply committed to the authority of Scripture. It is important to note that our organization's decision was made by our board of directors. It is worth noting that our choice was carried out with complete consensus, concurrently when Dr. Korman remained silent. Regarding these allegations in particular, it was stressed that the board of directors of the Ministry of Love Israel decided unanimously to leave Daystar. Also, he passed this word along to other ministries that use Daystar for their broadcasts. Our aim is not to harm any of the other programmers employed by those companies. Establishments that further use Daystar for public communication. Their best bet would be to follow our lead and do what we did: seek God's will, study the Bible, reflect on their own life, and pray about it. However, it became crystal clear to us that we cannot uphold our identities in the Messiah and our stances on morality, marriage, and stewardship while still being associated with Daystar. Let me conclude this now. Similar to that, this announcement follows a similar move by Canadian broadcaster Laura Lynn, who in the days following the public disclosure of Jonathan and Susie Lamb's story, removed her regular program from Daystar. She voiced her disapproval of the network's ethical shortcomings, which Tyler Thompson enumerated. This is what we perceive. It is advised that we publicly explain the concerns that prompted our decision and the effects that decision has had on us as Daystar programmers. Also, our good names are under danger right now. Reading through all of the comments and recorded conversations involving Jimmy Evans, Joni, Jonathan, and Susie, we have concluded that Daystar's leadership is completely oblivious to the evidence in front of them and the way their business is operating. After the first article came out, a former Daystar executive and his wife made accusations that Joni Lamb was trying to hide their daughter's situation. Our first non-father relative at the Lakeside Resort was discovered in a bedroom with a nude child when word of this broke. After that, etc. What happens at the end of the story is something that no reader wants. No reasonable adult has found the answers to this question to be adequate, and they remain completely unsupportable. My life experiences as a father and grandparent have led me to the firm belief that any member of the family implicated in such an incident would face consequences, no matter how slight the transgression. Joni Lamb's YouTube channel has been the site of the accusations against her, and Tyler Thompson has persisted in delving into the details of these claims. In contrast, how is Daystar functioning at the moment? The claims that started the whole thing were brought up by Jonathan Lamb, who was a former Daystar VP, and his wife Susie Lamb, who was a former network personality. What are their claims? The Daystar president and co-founder, Joni Lamb, concealed the information that a family member had sexually assaulted their daughter before she entered into a marriage with sex therapist Doug Weiss, which they said was not biblical. Weiss was married to Joni Lamb in 2023, but Jonathan and Susie claimed he had no religious basis to divorce his wife of almost 30 years. These accusations, along with rumors of dubious financial dealings such as a six-figure honeymoon that the network originally footed the bill for, have led many to doubt Daystar's leadership. Jonathan and Susie both claim that their dismissal from Daystar was based on their refusal to openly endorse Joni Lamb's new marriage. The confrontation between them and Joni Lamb's ardent follower Jimmy Evans went viral with over 500,000 views after it was recorded. Daystar denies the allegations, saying that an internal investigation found no wrongdoing. The forensic counselor in charge of the investigation, Debbie Leonhardt, stated that it was halted before it could culminate. Daystar remains a major participant in the Christian television market, with a worth of $1 billion and a worldwide reach of 17 million viewers. However, these recent events have cast doubt on its operations, raising serious questions about its leadership and methodology. How many other significant ministries will follow suit is an open question. Daystar TV has numerous more prominent Christian preachers who teach about prosperity, like T.D. Jakes, Joyce Meyer, Creflo Dollar, Kenneth Copeland, and many more. Daystar also features sermons from two more evangelical pastors, Dr. David Jeremiah and Greg Laurie. Their views are more often held affection in light of the fact that Daystar's programming and fundraising efforts have traditionally revolved around supporting Israel. The country's withdrawal makes a bold statement. The tale is far from over, so we will be sure to keep you posted as more information becomes available. Put your thoughts down in the comments area. Should government agencies maintain a certain level of separation from Daystar? How does one demonstrate responsible behavior within the framework of Christian leadership? If you would like to receive more updates and insightful analyses of issues that are important to Christians, then subscribe, like, and share our channel. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.